Hi Virgo, how are we today? Just doing our weekly reading. This week we are looking at family issues, okay? So whether this be your immediate family or extended family, the family that you are related to or the family that you have chosen in this life. We are looking at family. I will also be drawing a few extra cards for important messages that you need to know as well. But please subscribe to the channel if you're not already. I do really appreciate that. Leave a comment if you want to go in the draw for that free personal reading. But this week we are I've got the Seeker's Lenormand, as well as the Mystic Martian Oracle. So get some really interesting messages with that one. So I love using that. Okay, but getting into it for you, Virgo. Okay, Virgo. What's going on for Virgo with family? Family for Virgo. What does Virgo need to know in regard to family? Oh, shuffle. Okay. Virgo. Can I just clarify the first two cards? And clarify the second two, like the last two cards for Virgo. Okay. So firstly, we have the key, Virgo. We also have the clouds. Okay, so the key in the clouds, it's kind of like opening yourself up to logical thinking, the things that you've been thinking about, the things that have been heavy on your mind, opening yourself up to new opportunities, new ways of thinking. Okay, especially too that was clarified by the stars. So there is a component here that the things that you've been thinking about, that you desire, the things that you wish for, the things that you want, the things that you're hopeful and optimistic for, you're needing to kind of open up a new pathway here, and think about something in a different way. So it's not saying don't have that wish, don't have that desire. It's saying to, start thinking about that in a different way. So in a more logical way. With the clouds there, it is a very rational, logical energy. Okay, so with the stars showing us what you're sort of thinking about there, it does the stars is a more creative energy. It's a more heart-based energy. It's something that we, desire from our heart. We don't put logic on it. Sometimes the things that we desire within our heart are totally illogical, but it's asking you to actually try to, open up the path to logic with that desire, with that wish, kind of thinking about how can I take actual logical steps towards those things that I've been wanting and dreaming of here. So for some of you, it's kind of like, it is talking about things like, the outcomes that you're wanting within your family here, the opening yourself up to, maybe more logical conversations between your family as well, opening the door to new opportunities to, be in a very logical fashion, be in a very thought-based fashion with family members here, talking with family members about what your dreams and desires are, about the reason that you have hope and optimism for certain things to, work out certain ways that, also opening up to family about any issues that you have had with depression or anxiety. Sometimes the clouds can talk about depression or anxiety as well. Because the clouds can lead to overthinking. All right, so it's kind of asking you, I feel, to just open up a little bit more to your family about, your truth, the things that you truly wish for in life, the things that, sometimes keep you up late at night thinking about those things, opening up to people and sharing that, that energy a little bit more of yourself. All right. We also have here the flowers and the fox energy. All right, so the flowers energy is a very reciprocal energy. It is a very giving and taking energy. So it's giving time, love, energy to people or things, and then receiving time, love, energy from others as well. We do have the fox there as well. So this is sort of talking about, I do feel as though that's impacting you a little bit here, Virgo, in the sense of, giving more time, love, energy to yourself. Because the fox is a very independent kind of energy. It is an energy that stops and really thinks about the way that they say things. So, on one hand, I'm asking you to, open up and speak a little bit more to family about certain thoughts that are on your head, about wishes that you're desiring here. But then on the other hand, I am sort of seeing you needing to, be very measured with what you say. Okay, so what I'm kind of getting though, because that was clarified by the birds, which is all about conversations. So we are seeing that the need to have conversations with your family, to talk about things with your family. But what I'm getting really strongly here is with that clouds coming through, it needs to be a very logical, measured, well thought out conversation. Okay, and you need to, keep, hold on to your sense of independence, your self survival skills here. That the fox is very logical and rational as well. So it's very measured with the way that they say things and the amount of information that they do give out. So it's kind of making sure that you're giving yourself first and foremost, your own survival in this situation, the most amount of thought, protecting your own sense of independence with what you're saying to people. So feeling as though there is this sense of, being just very measured with how you're saying things and what information you're sharing here. I feel as though it's kind of guiding you to, not get emotional, not be bringing up emotional aspects within the conversation, to be sticking to the facts of things, and telling people what they need to hear. I do feel as though with that clouds energy and the fox energy, and you sort of giving here, with this giving and receiving energy, I feel as though for some of you, this is kind of giving people some hard truths in some sort of sense as well, that you're telling them what they need to hear. Like, you need to hear this. I'm not going to go easy and soft on you. This is the facts of the situation, and you need to hear this. So I do feel that for some of you, it is getting to that point where it's like you actually need to be very factual with these people and tell them what they need to hear. And sometimes what people need to hear is the truth. Sometimes that's hard to hear. Okay, but we're not coming from emotion. We're not coming from a place of blame or shame or anything like that. We're coming from fact. And sometimes, truth can be the hardest thing for people to hear. And so it is coming across as though, these people may actually feel as though, Virgo only, cares about themselves. They're just looking out for themselves by telling us this. But it's kind of this energy of, especially too with that giving energy. I feel as though you give as good as you get with that energy as well. So that, if you expect people to be able to tell you the hard truth, you need to be able to tell them the hard truth as well. All right. So bit of an interesting one there, Virgo. So good luck with that. Like I said, sometimes the hardest thing for people to hear is the truth. But you do need to open up to these people in a very logical, rational kind of way, and keep emotion out of it, I feel, is the best advice I can give to you here. Keep feelings out of it, but also keep in mind that there is positive outcomes that you're desiring out of this situation. There's a reason that you need to tell these people these things, because it's all playing into your wishes coming true with the family unit, and how you want things to actually be, the hope and optimism you have within the family unit that this can actually help this person in the long run. Maybe uncomfortable to start with, but it feels very necessary. Okay, but family stuff aside, okay, important messages for Virgo. What does Virgo need to be aware of right now in other aspects of their life? Important messages for Virgo, please. The Ouroboros. Infinity, eternal, and past life. So the Ouroboros is that image of the snake eating its own tail, so it kind of goes on forever. It is that infinity energy. You can see here too that with this particular deck, it does nurture the feminine within us. It nurtures, the sweet emotional side of ourselves. So there is this eternal energy to this where, we're constantly nurtured. We're constantly in these cycles of life, just in general. So I do feel there is something to do with cycles for you here, as well, Virgo. So, with the giant ring imagery, it generally does talk about cycles and patterns that we have seen, maybe not just in this life, but maybe in past lives as well. But we do have the pentagram coming out with that as well. So anyone who does know anything about symbology does know that the pentagram is not necessarily what it's cracked up to be in, in social media and all that sort of stuff. It is harmony, protection, and idealism. The pentagram is a huge symbol of protection. It is actually, the protection symbol, but, obviously in the world, the scheme of things, it has been cast in a much more negative light than that, and has been associated with, witchcraft, watch out. But the pentagram is actually a very, very lovely energy. It's a very beautiful energy with, a basis of, it's all about protection. That's why it's used in witchcraft, because it's for protection. Okay, so but we do see you're very protected here. You're in harmony with the cycles of your life here, Virgo. But we'll delve into that a little bit here as well, Virgo. Virgo, important messages for Virgo, please. And why are we seeing that? Why is that an important message for Virgo, please? How does that affect Virgo? Something big this way comes, Virgo. It doesn't want to share exactly what's going on here. But at the bottom of the deck, I have the cross. So there is this sense of destiny, of spiritual protection, of having faith that things are happening for a reason, that you are actually very, very protected with everything that is going on in your life in the near future. But there's something big about to happen in your life. Because the first card we have here, we have the scythe energy. Something happening suddenly. This is a sudden break from something, or a sudden change towards something. This is coming through standalone. It's just telling me that there's something happening suddenly. Clarify the scythe for Virgo. What is the scythe for Virgo? Being very melodramatic, but not sharing any actual information. We have the coffin clarifying that. So it's an ending that's bringing a new beginning, a death, a rebirth, something that needs to, be cut out of your life so that something new can come into your life. For some of you, this may be a breakup. It's an ending that's bringing around a brand new beginning. It's a death and a rebirth. Something big happening in your life. It's something, something that, I feel as though you weren't expecting this ending. This ending feels very unexpected, but it's going to actually transition you into this brand new version of life for yourself. A total metamorphosis comes on the other side of that scythe energy. But there is the need here too. We have the bear and the moon. So the moon is all about your emotional sensitivities, and the bear is asking you to protect and nurture yourself. Stand strong and powerful through this change. Okay, because this in the long term, with that cross showing itself before, in the long term, it's going to be really hard for you to understand, Virgo, when it happens, because this ending, this death of something is very, very unexpected. So you were not expecting it whatsoever. So when it happens, it's going to be very emotional. All right, it's going to, bring rise to a lot of emotion, but you're being asked to stand strong and firm and powerful through this change. Unfortunately, sometimes change is very, very uncomfortable. Change is very, very emotional, because, it's changed. It's different to what we've known. And I keep getting, it's different to what you've ever known before, Virgo. Whatever's coming in after this change is also very, very significant for you, and it's different to anything you ever known before. So keep that in mind. So when you have this ending, this death of a situation occurring for you, please try to keep in mind that it's all happening for a reason. That yes, it's a very emotional, turbulent time for you. Protect your emotions, protect yourself, have your boundaries up nice and firm, look after yourself, nurture your emotions, nurture yourself here. Your intuition will guide you with that moon energy as well. And it is for long-term betterment for you. Long term, it is going to enable you to nurture yourself in a much more emotionally intimate way, and be, a much closer with yourself in the long term. So this is going to bring through some very emotional changes. These changes, though, are for the feminine and the lily there. They are for long-term changes, and they are for, your long-term emotional nurturing and well-being. Okay, so once again, I'm just getting this sense of destiny. There's something very destined about this. It's a very, it's something that was destined to happen with that Ouroboros card as well. That infinity, that eternal. It's to make you the version of yourself that you need to be. But you're very protected during this time, and this is all about bringing harmony to you. Balancing the feminine energy out within you. All right, so it's all happening for a reason. It doesn't really want to delve into what exactly is happening here, other than that it is something big, some big change, some big ending that's bringing in something new altogether, some brand new beginning for you about to come through. But something needs to, we need to close something out in order to bring through that brand new cycle for yourself here, Virgo. So very, very enigmatic and mysterious. But that's what we have for you, Virgo. You're more than welcome to check your other placements, of course. Leave a comment if you want to go in the draw for that free personal reading. And hopefully I'll see you all soon.